Hey guys, Captain Dave Schneider, It's a Guide's Life. Out here garage sailing this morning. Went out with, of course it's my son's birthday. Happy birthday to Dave, he's 29 years old. Ooh, yeah, hey, it happens. Here's the babies, they're waiting in the truck. The air conditioning is on. Say hi, girls. Yeah, they're waiting right there. But anyway, listen, I just left a garage sale with these two people. And they're selling their goods, man, because they're going to an island down in the Honduras area, and they're going to spend 6 months living on the beach. And I gave them my card and I said, you guys got a vlog. I said that kind of thing is crazy. People are going to go nuts over that. And so I'm not sure. He said he's going to give me a call. I'd give him some pointers if I could for what little I know. But anyway, it was very cool. And so maybe we'll see a little bit more of that later on. We'll talk a little bit more. But anyway, just looking around. I scored a few things at his house. I bought some dive gear. He had some gloves and some boots and things like that and what have you. So I scored a couple of nice things that way. But these guys, they weren't charging any money for anything. I felt guilty. So anyway, but I guess that's garage sailing, right? I'll be back. Well, scored some elegant serving dishes here too. You know, I'm not much of a garage sailor. I tend to just give people whatever they want for their goods. In fact, sometimes I got in a little bit of trouble. The guy had these really nice, and they're $49 dive gloves. You know, in fact, I had the exact same pair, and I lost the right-hand glove, and they were exactly the same pair. I'm like, hey, what do you got to have for these dive gloves? He said, oh, $3. I said, oh, that's crazy, man. I'll give you $5. Apparently, that's not how this is done. I'll be back. Well, all done garage sailing for now. You know, I've never really done that very much, but it's a popular thing with a lot of my family. It's really neat because Dave and Caitlin, every Saturday morning, they have a little routine where they'll go and buy their two little doggies a donut. That's the dog's treat for the week, and then they go drive around and check out garage sales and stuff. And so I think it's something that my daughter-in-law's parents have always done as well. And so it's kind of fun to be a part of all that. Oh, speaking of which,
hi.
What's up? There they are. The three most important people in my life right now. You know why I said three, right? You know I said three. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, bear with me, guys. I got some. We're gonna try and get the drone up in the air and fly around a little bit and see if we can entertain you some. All right, we'll be back. All right, so we're in Walmart now.
Right, well,
this has just been a barn burner of an experience, running around from place to place. But we lost our wives.
18?
Not the first time, won't be the last time.
That way.
This way.
18.
18?
Or 19, between 17 and 19.
You're saying they're in the aisle, 17 or 19?
No, they're in 18.
Oh, okay, all right.
But it's 19 if you're coming from this way.
Yeah, fair enough. Way too much information. Oh, there they are. Oh, man, I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to getting back to Michigan. Not that I don't love Florida, but man, I ate the last of the walleye that I had in the freezer last night. Oh, man. Give me a bottle of beer and some flour, a few seasonings and some hot oil, and we're going to have some good walleye. But we're going to go back up there in Michigan here and catch them fresh again and start all over again. So looking forward to that. It was a little taste of home last night. I'm looking forward to that. We're getting graham crackers because, well, we're going to have birthday cake, making cake, and you always get an extra container of frosting so you have enough for the cake, but then of course you've always got a little extra frosting, and who doesn't love frosting in the graham crackers? I submit to you, no one. Now hey, here's an interesting story about the birth of my son. When Joanna was just a few days before she gave birth, I was pre-fishing for a tournament down in Lake Panema, down near Fenton, Michigan, in the southern middle part of the state of Michigan. And anyway, Joanna went into labor it was a Friday night, and at 3:15 in the morning, or 4:15 in the morning, she gave birth to my son. David was born, our first child. But what was crazy was, I left the hospital and by 6:30, I was at the boat launch ready to fish the tournament. Took first place in that tournament and big fish. It was just a local money tournament thing.
And I was waiting to come home.
And literally getting out my boat out of the water and everything else, and I get a call from, of course, this is way before cell phones and all that kind of thing. But Joanna had gotten a hold of me. I don't know, how did you get a hold of me?
I called Harold and then said if
and he was at the house, right? Yeah. Harold was living. Okay, yeah. So I got there, and when I got to the house, Harold's like, "Joanna's waiting for you at the hospital." So here's the funny thing. This is a funny thing. So I grab her some clothes, right? Well, I'm not all that smart about this kind of thing, but I grab her some clothes, and I just grabbed a pair of blue jeans and a shirt, and go up to the hospital, and she's ready to check out. Well, I just grabbed her like this skinny little pair of pants and this little shirt, and she had just given birth.
Little white shorts and a skinny belly top.
Yeah, it was funny. And she's like, "What are you thinking?" So I think she actually did. I think she wore her maternity clothes home, didn't you?
You had a dress shirt.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I didn't remember. But anyways, add a little fishing story to what is this day, my son's birthday. So 29 years ago today, I fished a club money tournament, took first place in big fish. I remember it was springtime, and I was catching them back in these boat canals that went off the main lake down there. Lake Ponema, great place. Great place.
I fished with you that day.
Oh no, yeah. She was in the boat during pre-fish, and the Wednesday before she gave birth on Friday. So anyway, great times. After that, I used to take Dave out fishing, and I'd put him in his car seat, put life jackets all the way around his car seat, and stuff him up under the console of the boat. You remember that, Dave? To this day, he likes to climb up under the console and take naps. We got older, he wanted to fish, and I would take him fishing. But I'm going to tell you something, and I took my son more often maybe than he wanted to, and I absolutely kept him longer than I should have. And to this day, it's something that really I regret. I wished I would have had YouTube or some other way for people who have more experience than I did, who could tell me, hey, this is the way you should do this, or that's the way you should do that. But I didn't, and I just thought that he would like it as much as I did. And I have fishing video of my son when he's 8 years old, and I mean, he's catching fish. I mean, I'm not talking about, I was a bass fisherman, and I was pretty good. I mean, we'd go out and we'd catch fish every day. And we would catch northern pike and all these kinds of things. And you'd see David, I'd turn the camera on, and he'd be reeling in a fish, and he'd be reasonably excited. And then all of a sudden, it's like 4 or 5 hours later, and roll the camera again, and he's catching a fish. And he's just not as excited as he was before. And then it would all of a sudden, it's beginning dark, and there he is catching another fish. And I couldn't see it then. But now I see it, and it breaks my heart a little bit. I kind of made it to where, my boy didn't like to fish as much. And I'll tell you, even to this day, it's funny, because even to this day, my son, the joke as adults, obviously he's a 29-year-old man, and his first child is on its way. And he'd always have 3 questions if we were going to go fishing. 3 questions. And if you had the right 3 answers, you'd probably get him in the boat. First thing, he always wanted to know, are you on fish? He knew the difference between going fishing and going catching, and he wanted to go catch him. He didn't want to have to go hunt him up. And so I always took him when I was on fish, and I'd say, yeah, I'm on fish. We're going to catch him. And his next question would be, well, what kind of snacks you going to have in the boat? Because he's going to want to have something to snack on when there's a little downtime and all that kind of stuff. And then ultimately, the last question, and this was probably the most important one: how long are we staying? And those were the big 3. To this day, like I said, I wish I'd done that better. So if you're anyways listening, and if you got some young people, remember when you take your kids fishing, first of all, it's not about your fishing time, it's all about their fishing time. When they're done fishing, you need to get off the lake. I'm really good at this as a guide now. I really am able to keep kids engaged while we're fishing, and I understand when things start to wane, and how, what kind of adjustments I need to make to keep them locked into the process and feeling good about the time that they're out there. But moms, dads, uncles, whomever, when you're taking those boys out or girls out, be mindful. You got to change the scenery. You got to make sure you're catching some fish. If you're not catching fish, change things up. Do some different things. Drive around and look at some birds and things like that a little bit too. And keep the scenery changing a little bit, and that will really go a long ways toward it. But remember, the best advice I have for you is that time on the water is theirs, but you're the one responsible for it. You're the one that has to make sure that things are going good, and most importantly, you're the one that has to make sure, of course, they're safe. But you're the one that has to make sure that the experience is positive the whole way through, and don't stay out there longer than you should. Don't stay out there. I kept my son out when the fish were biting, and I just thought, well, we're catching fish. This is awesome. And if I showed you the video of the videotape that I'm talking about, oh man, it's a hard thing to see. It is a really hard thing to see, and that's really all I can tell you about it. So I hope that helps you a little bit. I hope that if you ever have a chance to take your own child or somebody else's child fishing, do your research. Make sure you get them on fish. Make sure you got them fishing in a way that they can do it, and they'll have a ball. If you stay enthusiastic and if you stay positive, they'll have a great time. Constantly be looking for things that you can do to make them feel good about what's happening. Be complimentary in the things that they're doing. Don't frustrate them by giving them too much instruction, and things of that nature. Hey, it's Captain Dave Schneider. It's a guide's life, and I hope that little story helps you just a little bit. I'm going to throw my drone up in the air. We're going to get some drone footage. I'm going to get this thing together and get it over to you. Listen, I love you guys, and I appreciate it so much. Hey, do me a favor, guys. If you like the video, please hit the like button for me. Like. In fact, punch the like button if you want. But don't break your stuff. You know, if you're brand new here, please think about subscribing. It helps me so much. Go ahead and subscribe. If you click the little bell over next to the subscription square, there's a little bell there. If you click that bell, you'll actually get notifications when my stuff comes up. And so that'll help you to get over and see it so you don't fall behind or you miss any. I think I'm going to start putting the vlog number on the front end of the videos now too, because I'm up over 100. I think I'm at 105 or 6 or 7 or something like that. But I'm going to start putting numbers on them as well. That might help you too to know which ones you've seen or not seen. But ultimately, if you have friends, please share as well. Let's like it, let's subscribe, let's share. We're building a fire, people. We're building a fire. You know, the thing about building a fire is eventually people love to come and watch it burn. So let's go. It's a guide's life. I'll see you tomorrow.